Y'all, have you ever wondered what money even really is? Let's take a deep dive into the legal matrix of money rabbit hole. Did you know that according to the Federal Reserve publication, Modern Money Mechanics and the IRS code, that Federal Reserve notes aren't even actually defined as money? Crazy, right? According to the Modern Money Mechanics, intrinsically, a dollar bill is just a piece of paper that deposits merely book entries. The IRS code section 1.1001-1 or 1.1001-1 says that Federal Reserve notes are valueless. The Supreme Court had even weighed in on this. In Earhart versus Commissioner In Eckhart versus Commissioners, they ruled that giving Federal Reserve notes does not constitute as payment. And in Blackshire MFG Company versus Harrell ruled that Federal Reserve notes do not operate as payment in the absence of an agreement that they shall constitute as payment. But wait, there's more. Now, there's a little known piece of legislation called HJR 192. And it provides a remedy for the people, allowing them to discharge their debt using the very same system that created this monetary maze. It's like finding a cheat code in the game of finance. Don't believe me? Check this out. Let's talk about the Uniform Commercial Code, Article 3, Negotiable Instruments. These are basically promises to pay like checks, bills of exchange, or promissory notes. But here's the kicker. Federal Reserve notes also fall into this category. They're all just fancy IOUs or cash equivalents. So what gives them value? It's all about belief and acceptance and short-term liquidation, but we'll get into that in another video. But here is the good news. There is good news. Pursuant to UCC 3-603, if a payment of an obligation to pay an instrument is made to a person entitled to enforce the instrument and the tender is refused, there is discharge to the extent of the amount of the tender. See, legal tender is defined to be the primary basis for counterclaims because they claim that you owe a debt, right? So they're the counterclaim that all commercial instruments such as promissory notes, credit agreements, bills of exchange, and checks are defined as legal tender or money by the statutes such as 12 USC 1830, UCC subsection 1-201, 3-104, 8-102, and 9-102. Go look up these codes, y'all, if you're not familiar with them. The Federal Reserve U.S. Court of Appeals also ruled on Title 31 USC subsection 5118. So that's 31 USC 51. That as of October 27th, 1917, legal tender for discharge of debt is no longer required. That is because legal tender is not in circulation at par with promises to pay credit. Requirement of repayment of that is against public policy. And since legal tender is not loaned nor in circulation, they cannot demand payment in any particular form of coin or currency. Legal tender and repayment or payment needs to be only made in the equivalent kind. And what kind is that? A negotiable instrument. So Congress and the Supreme Court, they required that a remedy had to be given to the American people who are the principals and the sureties for the national debt. This remedy is the discharge of debt for the people who demand it. We, the people, were made private bankers according to the law, with the authority to issue notes and discharge lawful debts. This is an example of a promissory note. Looks real similar to this, doesn't it? This must remain in effect until lawful money and the property is returned to we, the people, without any encumbrances. HJR 192, Public Law 7310, and Title 31 USC 5118 prohibits bankers/creditors from demanding any specific species of payment, meaning they cannot demand for you to pay them in your Federal Reserve note. All banks must process lawful United States currency, and failure to do so is interference with commerce and a felony under the RICO Act that's codified in 18 USC 1951. The truth is, our monetary system is built on some pretty mind-bending legal concepts. The value that we assign to money is more about the collective agreement more than its intrinsic worth. Because this is a $20 bill and it's $20 on its face value, if you believe that it's worth $20, then it is. But so is this. So the next time you pull out your wallet, remember you're holding fiat currency, not just cash. This knowledge isn't just trivia, it's power. Understanding the true nature of money can change how you view wealth, debt, and financial freedom. So, are you ready to see the matrix of money? Then click in my link in the bio, go to the promissory note link, and learn more about promissory notes, other negotiable instruments, and how to create your very own currency. But remember, you and TikTok, this is not legal advice. This is not financial advice. This is just food for thought. The more you know about the system, the better that you're equipped to navigate it.